Hello folks, Rever here with another episode of American Outback, and I couldn't help but sit and admire the sunrise. It's early in the morning, believe me. Well, it's not really, it's 3:30 in the afternoon, but in any event, I thought it was pretty cool with the rays of sun shooting into the sky like that. So, actually, I'm right here by our tractor. What happens in farming sim, we will get out there and start spraying. So I was just looking at our spreadsheet and looking to take care of fields 20 and 27, even get them planted. So I plan on planting corn in field 20 and planting canola in field number 27. So we'll have to get the different sprayers out. Pardon me for 1 second. Sorry about that. I had something in my throat. But anyway, we also need to spray some herbicide, like we did in fields number 13 and 14. We will probably need to spread some PK out on fields 20 and 27 tomorrow. But why don't we refill this sprayer? And corn, I always remember it like corn and canola are C. Again, you can actually spread C or A on canola and corn, but like I said, for whatever reason, C for corn and canola, just like I do B for barley and wheat. Not that wheat's easier if wheat began with a B, but it doesn't. But the crops look pretty similar. Oop, I didn't change the type. I'm so proud of myself. I don't even know what you call those things. Memory techniques, I guess. Some sort. There's a name for that. Let's get back here. Change it to C. Actually, CC. Our one spraying will cover the entire distance. Now, if you guys had watched an earlier episode, I forget which one, a couple episodes ago, I think I sprayed this field. I messed up. So, I do think I remember I had a really nice pattern. I just forgot to save it, so get out here. Get the herbicide sprayed on both of these fields. Alright, here we are out the field. And this is where we started last time. I'm going to, turn that thing all the way on. Get the course play so I can use the... Move this over to the end of the field. We should have started unfolding this. It's all the way up. Isn't that just nice? It's really making this a lot easier that sprayer is above the height of Alright, a little bit of an awkward start point, but this works out really well. Let's not get much overlap. So start course recording, turn the GPS on. A little bit, which means we need to get rid of that. See what's happening. Yeah, it's strange. Most maps, like I said in the last episode, the weeds come out all day long type thing. I'm not spraying because I'm worried about weeds today. I'm worried about the weeds crossing midnight, so to speak. gets to be midnight, you don't want weeds in the field. That's when it'll affect the nutrients. Now, from what I've gathered, and I could be wrong, it also reduces your yield. So, and I imagine that would only be true on the day that you go to harvest. So if you have a bunch of weeds in the field, it will take the place of actual crops. Okay, so we have this little goofy section here, which I do want to spray. It's hardly worth it, but what I did, the thing that I had to remember, worked out nicely, was double back on this first row. Don't continue going around the field like I normally do. That sets it up so that when I finish on about 2 rows over from where I'm at now. So it's, you know, you can do that any time, like especially when you have a little bit strange fields, like L shape. There's plenty of them in the game. You do a British map, you start learning little tricks like this. So he said my last row will be the one that's just to my left, and I actually end up finishing up this way just by the driveway. And I don't end up overlapping nearly as much with the spray. I mean, I overlap on that right hand side. Looks like I got really have to worry about too much right here because I'll come up with another. Okay, even stayed off the field right there. Sure, billboard. Mighty far away from it. Right, gotta remember to save. Once I cross this red line right there, that's when I turn. Spot I missed, back and got it. Come back. Oh, I don't know if I missed the spot right there. A little hard to see sometimes. Alright, well I probably showed enough of this field. It's just going to be back and forth now. So I'm going to get this one done and the next one, and then that's when I'll stop the fast motion. I noticed something about this field as I'm driving around it. I would have expected my moisture to be at 71%. But for some reason it's only at 57. So I've adjusted that on the spreadsheet. I will adjust it. And just wanted to let you guys know that for some reason the moisture seems to have disappeared. I would have thought I would have gotten 14 extra moisture from spraying yesterday. That does not seem to be the case. Just so you know too, I'm not, even though I had the course play out on this field, I sprayed that by hand, trying to save the bucks. I keep thinking I can't drive on the crops, but I guess I can. So let's take a second to close that GPS off and close that. So you can see this is right where the spreadsheet had predicted, if you remember from the last episode, but we had sprayed nitrogen and lime, so we got our pH up higher, higher than we really actually need it, but it'll drop down with the growth. The normal growth cycle will take away minus 0.2, and also we'll lose 4 of those nitrogens. We're going to lose 2 pK, so we're going to, tomorrow in game, we're going to spray another dose of PK, which will get us up there a bit more, get us up to 5, of course, 2 plus 3, but then we'll lose 2, so we'll go back down to 3. So we have some herbicide CC, and I just kind of want to, I'm going to update my spreadsheet while I'm sitting here for a second. Just mark that I sprayed the herb CC so I remember a few days later. And I want to go check out real fast on our way by field 23 and 24. Pretty sure I just sprayed herbicide. I kind of forget. I know I went up and sprayed the grass field with something, nitrogen. That's kind of confusing me. Whether or not I sprayed field 23. See how it's, if you look at field 25, which is on my right, it's lighter colored. So yeah, I went and sprayed the herbicide on those 2. Good. That's right, I sprayed A. A's the cheapest usually. I think it might depend on the map, I'm not really sure. But I just need a single dose because we'll plant those tomorrow. So as long as it protects it overnight, then we'll give it a regular dose of, I think what we say, AA, because that is the one that's good for sweet beets and potatoes. Just take them all the way back to the farm. You want to go up the side of that hill, do you? You put a guardrail up or something. Take this back, we're going to get the planter out and get the town planting some corn. Let's go this way. Oh, you know what I do want to do just because it's, we'll fill this up. I'm done spraying herbicide. If I just leave this in here, I'll be at minus 10,000, so fill that up real quick. And yeah, we're not spraying any more PK. The grass fields, we're going to cut those first, but that's right, we sprayed PK on the grass field. I'm just looking at the spreadsheet. And we have to spray nitrogen today, so I might as well switch over to nitrogen. So it's most likely what I'll be spraying next. And we got $65 negative. Wonderful. Now, at least the game doesn't stop you from buying. Let's go this way. Oh, what did I hit? Good Lord, what did I hit? There wasn't anything there to hit. Did I do damage? Oh, maybe. I didn't really look before I did that. Alright, so we're going to use both different planters. I don't know which field we'll do first. Here. Can't see. I can't see because I have this guy still on. Alright, what do we want to do first? Let's do canola first. So canola's going to be in field number 27. Find an income level source here, don't we? I also, want to get these these crops in the field is the priority. This is the farm sim after all. Oop, this is already full. I don't need to be there to change it now. So there's canola rate, as some people seem to call it. It's going to be the best way to get back there. Should I just go straight? Doesn't make too much difference. Why don't we turn right and then go up and the second left? I'm sure I've gone that way, possibly. I think that's the way I just went. If you noticed when I was fast forwarding before. Alright, well, I'm going to plant this field by hand, so to speak, manually. I will come back actually when I'm just done fast forwarding things. You don't need to see the whole ride out there, I don't think. I will talk to you when we have a canola field. So, just so you know, this always confused me. I thought this meant save, load, but it doesn't. This is like save it onto the disk, pull it off of the disk with the arrow. So, this is actually how you save a course. I don't think I have anything in course 2 now. What I want to do is go ahead and put another course in, just hey, why not? And I'm going to unfold this guy. I'm just going to drive real straight, so hopefully I don't get an offset. Just go nothing but just doing a little bit of a straight line. I'm going to hit A, and it's going to take me to 6.6. So if you guys know me by now, you know I like to check that. And this is supposed to be a 6 meter, and I think I'm going to stick with the 6 meter. My life isn't so short that I can't. You probably get away with 6.6, but I think it tends to leave these lines that you can see. You know where the distance, where the detail fades? Like it seems to leave lines sometimes when you go too much, when you go too much, like a little overlap, and then it'll all be like a solid colorway ahead of you. If I describe that well enough. So now that I did that, I almost forgot what I was doing. So say I'm going to come over here. This is set on 2, and I'm going to hit this one, which is underneath the load that saves it. Save the course, and I'm going to hit, I will just call so 6 meters. There. So there we go. So now we have that saved. Not that big a deal. The 20. I usually save the 24 because it's such a pain to get it. Move that over a little bit. It's hard to get that number on 24. Alright, so here we go. It's not nearly as much fun. By the way, I chose this corner because the other opposite side of the field, it's a little easier to turn with the corner coming. When I turn to the left up there, it's going to be shorter on the next run, so it's a little easier to make that turn, especially when you have a fence right there. I'll show you what I mean before I fast forward. Yes, we're planting some canola. There it goes. I like the fact, so far, other than the sprayers, which you kind of have to have, a decent sprayer. You have to have a sprayer, and there's none that. Soil mod mat. Probably should include it as part of your mat package. I like the selection of equipment that is given on this map. You don't have to cheat a bit. It's a lot of the same stuff I would do. It's going to be a little bit hard to see because this one row is kind of flat at the end. That's the idea. I find it's a bit easy to turn shorter side. Now this thing will turn on a dime, so to speak. because when we're planting this one, we have an advantage because the cultivation of this will replant. When we go to plant the corn, we won't be able to drive back over things because it will leave tram lines. It won't replant. I call this a light cultivation sometimes. It was too hard. I usually end up leaving a little bit there, but it's not that bad to come back and get that. Let's see, now I'm leaving a big line right there. Hopefully, and again, another reason for leaving it at 6 feet. Let me fast forward. I apologize if the video sound in the last segment was not really good. I apparently had my speakers on, which doesn't give for the best sound quality, but I don't know of any way to fix it after the fact, so to speak. So there we go. We have a field planted with canola. And I am going to run down to the farm and get the cultivator. Kind of half forgot to mention the cultivator before. Let's turn this GPS off for a second. Yeah, I should probably find another key one day for this group switcher mod. It is a bit annoying that that thing flashes up. Not even so much when you're playing, because you kind of expect it, but I know even when I watch my own videos, it's not overly impressive to see that group switcher every time I turn on and off the horseplay. I did forget to show you that it was, well, you're really not going to be able to see, but trust me when I say it, you know, the herbicide stays on there even after we cultivated, which is probably not real accurate to true life, I would think. No, that's not totally true. It would really depend on the type of herbicide. Some herbicides have like a pre-emergent, where they stop weeds from growing. Other ones are like Roundup, where they... Where am I going? I don't know if I've ever been down this little road. What is this? Huh, just like another little place to park stuff. And where in the heck am I? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've never been down this way. I went too far. It's not totally out of the way, of course, but... Okay, well, keep that in mind that this is here. Certainly don't have enough equipment at this point to worry about it too much. But that's nice. I like when there's little parking spots, though. I'd rather have big flat areas where I could place some placeable buildings half the time, because what I want to do is going to be different than what other people do. And a lot of times I find I don't use the buildings anyway. I just leave things on the side of the field. Probably not the best, but just what I tend to do. If I want the tractor there, I just park it off the side of the road and leave it there. Alright, so where are we going with this guy? I think the last row, right? Yeah. I don't know where my cultivator is, though I know that's the plows over there. This bay. Probably zoom in a little bit. Do I have a cultivator? Yeah, I think I do. Oh yeah, there it is. Is it right ahead of me? No, that's the little pottinger that's our planter that we need. Oh, it's right next to me. Jeez. I thought that... There, whatever. Obviously, I was confused. And now I'm on the wrong side of it. Professional grade. Alright, so I want to drag this guy out there. I will fast forward it. But you will see all the exciting cultivating action. This is field 20 we're talking about here, where we have to pre-cultivate to plant corn, sugar beets, potatoes. We could actually just continue and cultivate the potato and sugar beet fields. That would knock down whatever weeds were in there, but it really doesn't make too much difference other than the graphics of it. Just because they're not going to affect anything until that 12 midnight growth period. At least as far as I understand it. Could some other, there's things in there I don't fully understand. Maybe I will do that since I already got it attached to the tractor. So I will fast forward through all of this cultivating. I'm not real sure where this episode will end up, but I am going to continue until I plan. I may have to break the episode in half, just to warn you guys. I doubt I would break it in half this early, but we'll see. With the fast forwarding, I lose... It's not like I can say, oh, look, 27 minutes. I don't get a sense of... Next thing I know, episode... I talked longer than I thought, so... Alright, well, let me start fast forwarding. done cultivating this field. If you didn't guess that by the fact that I was talking again. Anyway, so now it's time to run back and get... Oh no, I'm sorry. That's right. We're going to go and cultivate some more. So like I said, I just realizing how long that field took. These next two won't take quite as long, but realizing it, I think that it's still going to be a two-part episode at this point, but I'm going to just kind of keep going with it. So for a second, get on over to what is the best road to use. Ones we just passed. This should take us there. Cut through town at 30 miles an hour. Yeah, this tractor, this case, you know, it's a fine tractor. It just doesn't have that turning radius of that New Holland. You may get sick of the same tractors, but it doesn't turn within 6 meters. So if you noticed, I did that field every other row. Kind of helps keep it from, yeah, just less frustrating. Doesn't, I don't think, make too much difference. There's field 25 ahead of us. Field 24 is here. It shouldn't take me too long to cultivate these. And then it's just out of the way. Since I have the cultivator out, might as well just get it done. We won't plant them today. And I don't even have harvest equipment yet anyway, but we should have some money coming in by the time these fields need to be cultivated. But I do need to start thinking about what fields we could do or what we do on the 4th day of the month. And I haven't forgotten about our moonshine, just these soil mod maps between the spraying and, well, this map doesn't start you off with a lot of planted fields either, so. Alright, so let's get this guy back turned on. And I will talk to you again when, see, it just doesn't turn quite as good. No, I'm sorry, quite as well. Let's move this over. Like I said, I will see you when 24 and 23 are done. We'll put this down before I go. Alright, see you in a bit. Well, there we go, guys. A nice weed-free field. Constant battle against the weeds. And speaking of the weeds, this is probably the opportunity that we have to keep the fields that these fields will be planted on day 3. If we don't buy the fields that we're going to plant on day 4, let me shut this GPS off, then they're going to end up with weed patches and they're going to end up with low spots. So I think I'm going to deliberately not do anything. I really have no money. We're on a wing and a prayer here in that respect. You know, we did borrow a few bucks to get the silage thing going. So speaking of which, we could probably go check that at some point. And I'm getting lost in my head. I think I just lost in my head. I'm right here at the farm. So just goes to show you. So we got all our cultivating done, but do we want to buy fields that we would do on day 4? That's the big question. Do I take out a loan, which in the long run was going to cost me more money? I mean, I should have some silage coming in here. Maybe we'll jump over there real quick. And all I would really do with the fields is probably spray them with some herbicide. Just to keep them from, there we go, let's put that guy in there. That's a better home for him. Eventually we'll get bigger equipment and take some of this smaller stuff out. So what are we doing? We need to, no, that's the Pottinger. Don't we have a potato planter? Let's take, I thought we had a, well, you know, corn and whatever the other planter's called. Oh yeah, Tempo, there we go. Yeah, where the heck is our Tempo? That is the Tempo, right? Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, it's just one of those days for me if you haven't noticed already. And yet, definitely with the time, this is going to be a 2-part video. We're probably already watching part 2, I would think. So, do we have enough? Okay, drive right straight through. Wonderful. We got corn in there already. Why do I have corn in there already? Oops, not there. Up here. Remember planting any corn on this map. Oop, it's already full, so. Alright, well it came full. Well, that's nice. That's why we have corn in there already. So let's head back out to field number 20, and I'll get that done, fast forward that. And maybe while we're heading out there, we just talk about this real quick. Can't really see this map that well. I mean, there's some nice fields. You know, like 18 and 19 down the corner would be a good pair, fairly close to the farm. I don't know how much they cost. I mean, it certainly would like to get 2 more fields. I just don't know if it's worth spending that much money. I don't know. I'm just going to have to think about it. I mean, even just getting 15 and 16 would be nice. We don't have that many different crops, but when you're playing... Oh, did I go right past my turn? No. I keep thinking it's... There you go. Got to go to the gas station. Got to remember that. When I see the gas station, I know I'm getting close to my turn. How is our gas? We're fine for now. Fuel. Diesel fuel. Alright, I'm going to fast forward and I'll meet you back. Guys, I'm not quite covering that whole row. Go back one more time. Probably have to just run around the field so I won't be able to turn around. So if you didn't notice, I just did everything I could to not drive over anything that I had planted, which I think, is not totally realistic. Well, I don't think farmers would just deliberately drive over a freshly seeded field. I don't see where it's going to hurt it that much. Especially not corn. There's a pretty tough little seed there. Whatever. Maybe I can turn around here. Cover most of the field just up. Oop. Come on. There you go. Yeah, I think I'll just shoot around the field and I'll fast forward until we get out to the farm. Yeah. Well, here we are, guys, back at the farmhouse. I'm going to take a little bit of a break here, call an end to the episode, and I will talk to you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you guys have a good day. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.